Okay, welcome back to members of 121 Community Church in Grapevine, Texas, in our ongoing study of Paul and the Faithfulness of God by N.T. Wright, published by Fortress Press. We have just completed the lesson on the Apocrypha and Saul's first century Jewish mindset, and we even looked at the Qumran community a little bit. And that was a fairly extensive lesson, but we're going to have, again, a graphic triad recall lesson here, which really helps to kind of, capture what we just studied in a graphic form and get a good way to recall the content. So if you take a look at the chart, we're looking at Paul's sign of elongated exile. It's pages 135 to 155. And it's a three-moment mindset for Paul prior to his conversion as a first-century Jew. In block one, we've got Paul's exilic mindset as equally evidenced at the protest community of Qumran. Paul possessed an attitude of opposition toward Rome's oppression, coupled with an anticipation of the coming true Messiah. And Qumran also had the view toward the coming true Messiah as a teacher of righteousness. They were the protest, voluntarily exiled community that also conceived of a coming true Messiah as the teacher of righteousness. Paul, as a Pharisee, looked for the end to Daniel's 490 elongated exile period, and then the Davidic Messianic king would appear. Now, block two gives us the next aspect of Paul's early mindset, Paul's eschatological mindset. The word had drawn near for the truly repenting Jewish believer, and the eschatological time of liberty had intersected the elongated space of exile, and therefore eschatological time could wake up and alert Jewish believers to look for true new creation possibilities. There was a spiritual focus on the coming new Messiah like unto Moses. There was a spiritual focus on the expectation of the Davidic king, but also one like unto a new Moses. The third aspect of Paul's mindset, early mindset in the first century, was the concept of fountain of wisdom. Paul had taken hold of the wisdom of the Torah. As a dedicated Pharisee, the new Genesis was anticipated in both the Hillel school and the Shammai school, both. They both anticipated the new Genesis of creation with the returning Messianic king. And Paul also believed there would be a fresh ingathering of Israel, and that it was on the very horizon, just very closely to appearing, because Saul truly was looking for the return of the doxa glory to the temple. As a dedicated Pharisee, this was his hope, that the doxa glory of the living God would return to the temple, scourge the earth of impurity, purge the temple of impurity, and confirm and egeiro, lift up and raise up Israel once again. So we have a summary triad of three moments of Saul's first century Jewish mindset. We have his exilic mindset, his eschatological mindset, and his wisdom mindset. Those three aspects of his Jewish Pharisee mindset reflect how Paul was primed for what took place on the Damascus Road, how Paul was prepared, even as a Judaic believer, he was prepared for what would happen on the Damascus Road. He was prepared by the living God as a Judaic believer for what was to come according to God's plan of salvation through his Son. And so Paul didn't have a blank slate for his heart and his mind. No, as a very dedicated Pharisee, he had a very strong eschatological outlook and truly believed that eschatological time had already intersected the Daniel prophecy of the elongated exile. Paul was waiting for that 490 years to immediately come to an end and for the Messiah to appear. So God prepared him for the Damascus Road experience. That'll wrap up this recall triad, but now you have a visual look at the mindset of Saul as exilic, eschatological, and as wisdom.